I did a couple podcasts this past week and I noticed a lot of questions were very similar. So I thought I'd share what I talked about on the podcast. One of the first questions is always, who are you and what do you do? So I'm Liz Coleman. I'm a transformational life coach and I help people that are stuck or in transition, trying to get to the next level or next goal and not quite getting there, not sure why. So my program is based on three pillars. And how I got there was I went through my own transformation about 10 years ago. And during that time, I studied dozens of healing modalities. I tried everything, hypnotherapy, transcranial stimulation, EFT, Reiki, massage, different diets, supplements, all kinds of different things. And I found what worked and what didn't work. And from there, I got certified in different things like neurolinguistic programming, mind shifting, transformational life coaching, things like that. And I was able to take what worked and what didn't, build this program called the Mind Life Reset. And I've seen some amazing results from it. I live it every day, and a lot of my clients just love it. And I see the changes, and that's super satisfying for me too. So after I went through my own transformation, I took my degree in psychology, and I got certified in some other things. And I really wanted to help other people feel as good as I did. I wanted their to feel as good on the inside as their life looked on the outside. Another question I got was, who do I help? Who comes to me for help? And I can help anyone. I work with teens who maybe are trying to get into college or trying to, up their baseball game or some struggle they're going through. I've worked with adults trying to get a higher position at work or trying to resolve conflict in a relationship or within their family. They'll come to me with the issue and we'll work through it. Well, most of the time it's a lot of limiting beliefs around it, or it's reframing the situation, and we work from one side to the other. When they finish working with everything's lighter, everything's not a problem. They're able to navigate, they feel more in control, more confident, and everything's just lighter and easier. Though I do find most of my clients are women, usually 40 to 50, and they just have so much going on, just where they are in life, the season they're in, and they're just being pulled in all these directions, and they kind of get lost, a little stuck. They feel like they're spinning in their wheels and not really making any progress. They're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again and not feeling really fulfilled. So they come to me and we work through different things. Maybe they just, I don't know, things like weight loss, or things like they're not sleeping well, or they're just irritated by their partner, or they're having a strained relationship with their mother-in-law, something, you know, some struggle they're dealing with, and we work through it in a few sessions. I got asked, what are some issues that are common that I see a lot when I'm working with people? And I see things like people are kind of stuck in their career. They're not quite making it to the next level. They're not sure why, what they're missing, what's going on. So I work with them. It's a lot of mindset issues. They have limited beliefs usually about what they can and can't do. Like it's fixed, and but that's a misbelief. It's not fixed. You can totally change how you feel, how you view things, how you come at things, what you're capable of. You can change that mindset. And just by 95% of what we do is subconscious. We're on autopilot. We just do the same things over and over, just based on our past experiences or what we think about something. Other things I see are people are just burnt out. They're stressed and burnt out and overwhelmed. Everything's a problem or an issue. They're short tempered. And again, it's, who told you you needed to do it that way? Who says it's good or bad that way? Where are you coming up with this? Were you told this? Did you read it? Did someone tell you? Is it a societal thing? It's all a relative, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion and to live their life the way they want to live it. Of course, you have responsibilities and tasks that you need to do, but it's your mindset around it, how you view it. It doesn't have to be good or bad. Other things are just goals, like you're try to fix your golf game or your tennis game or what have you. Again, mindset, visions, vision boarding, things like that. So there's a lot we can do, and just after going through these things, people are so much lighter. They're so much more capable. They feel confident, easier. It's lighter. It's just such a much better way to live. Another question that I got was, what's different about my program versus other coaches? what makes me stand out. And I do notice that a lot of coaches focus on one area, like hypnotherapy, EFT, yoga, nutrition, fitness. And I think you have to do a little bit of everything for each of the three pillars that I mentioned: your physical optimization, your mindset optimization, and your spiritual optimization. They're all powerful and they all play a part. And when they work together, they create something quite beautiful, and your life just so light and easy and amazing. But you have to touch on everything. Your mind can't work well with a body that's not working well, and vice versa. And the spiritual just brings it to the next level. When I say spiritual, I don't mean religious. I just mean, vision boarding, future casting, energy, that realm. And so it's a whole package. You have to look at the whole picture. And it's not piling a ton of stuff on your plate. It's actually taking things off your plate, but it's just touching on those things and making sure optimizing those three areas. I get asked, what books have I read or people that I follow that I get inspiration from or influence. I like David Bear. I read his book Change Your Mind. I liked him. I like Peter Crone a lot, the Mind Architect, and I love Joe Dispenza. Those are my top three that I follow and get inspiration from. I just like their energy and the way they explain things. Those are my top three. Another question was, what challenges or goals am I working on right now? So right now I've written a chapter for a book that I'm co-authoring, but I'm also working on a solo book in the middle of that. So I about a third of the way through that. So I'm working on that. Another thing I'm working on is I've been doing more speaking, and I'd really love to do a TEDx talk. So I've been working on the pitch for that and the actual body. I have to do a little more research, but that's really exciting. I'm excited about that. I'm doing more podcasts, and I just finished my course, my digital course. So people that if you don't want to do one-on-one or you want to try it on your own first, that's an option. Another question I got was, what does a typical day look like for me? And I practice everything I tell my clients or guide my clients through. So a typical day, and it sounds like a lot, but when you add things to things you're already doing or just a few minutes a day and you're consistent, it makes a huge difference. So when I wake up, I I usually stretch a little bit, but then I run down and I get in the red light sauna, and I do that for about 20 minutes. And then while I'm in there, I meditate or I stretch a little bit more, do a little yoga, and then I go do a cold plunge or a cold shower, and that's just incredible mood boost. And it's great for inflammation and mood, things like that. After I get dressed, I if I'm fasting, I don't eat. I'll just have some water or some warm water with lemon and salt, sea salt. Otherwise, I do have a smoothie or banana nuts or something light, and I get right to work. I'll take some client calls or I'll do a podcast. I work on like maybe answering some DMs and social media. I create some posts, some kind of work for 3 or 4 hours. Get a good. I work my best in the morning. Then I like to go for a walk. I always have to get 3 or 4 miles in it every day, even if it's freezing, if it's raining, hot, whatever it is. I have to move. Sometimes I'll go hit some golf balls at the driving range or play tennis, but walking is my go-to. After that, if I have appointments or errands to run, I do that. And lunch, I don't eat a heavy lunch. It's usually a light salad or something, a couple of eggs, something light. And then dinner is usually fish or chicken or something with a lot of protein and a vegetable. I don't usually eat sweets or bread or too much dairy. And then in the evening, I usually read or listen to a podcast, or I might go for a light walk or see some friends. It varies every day, but that's pretty much my typical day. And people are saying to me, "Well, if you working full time, how do you do all this?" Well, I am still working 7 to 8 hours, and I'm doing all this. It's all about choices and priorities and the season you're in. Maybe you can't do all this in one day, but I feel like it's doable. 10 minutes here or walking at lunch, and then different things you can squeeze in.